Hey, what's up guys? This is Rinku, of course, and today I have another Pokemon guide. So before I jump into the guide, I'd like to say that this is actually the last guide I'll be making, and it's not because I don't want to make more, but it's because honestly I can't think of anything else that I can really make a guide on. So as far as Pokemon goes, if you guys want to see any other guides or explanations or anything that you can't really like search for Google for an instant answer, let me know and I'd be happy to make one. If I can answer multiple people's questions and help them on their Pokemon journey, then I'd be glad to. But this is the last guide I was thinking of making. Most people already know what EV training is and how to do it, but I figured I'd show you the most effective way, or at least how I do it. So yeah, as far as Pokemon videos go, if I catch a shiny, I'll record it, of course. Every shiny I catch, I'll make a video on, and I do plan on catching more. And as far as Pokemon battle videos go, if anyone wants to challenge me, feel free. I will try to have a Pokemon battle video up every Friday, and with that increasing quality, hopefully every month or so. But yeah, as long as now that that's done with, I'll show you how to EV train your Pokemon effectively. So before we actually go out in the wild, there are going to be a couple things you're going to need to want. So the first thing you're going to want is a Pokemon that can do battle that has a move that hits everyone on the field. So a perfect example of this would be Charizard. He can learn Heat Wave, which hits everyone on the field. Another example is the Lapras I have. You can pretty much teach almost any Pokemon Surf, and Surf will hit everyone on the field. I believe Earthquake also does the same thing. Anything that hits every Pokemon on the field can work. So I use this shitty-ass Charizard with like a horrible moveset because he has Heat Wave and Heat Wave only. That's the only thing I use him for now. But yeah, that's kind of a necessity. Another thing you're going to need is a Pokemon with Sweet Scent. So for example, I have this shiny Spritzy, and he has Sweet Scent, which gets roaming Pokemon to instant battle you, which is really required, so make sure you have this. A couple Pokemon learn Sweet Scent, like Spritzy. If he doesn't know it, use a heart scale to remember it or level him up. I don't even know when he learns Sweet Scent, but yeah, those are going to be the two needed things. Now, a couple other things you're going to need is, for example, I'll be using my Pyroar in this video. This is a shitty Pyroar, I don't even need it, but assuming we're going to EV train this Pyroar, he needs to be infected with Pokerus. So basically, this thing is Pokerus. If you don't know what Pokerus is, it's really rare, but you can trade for it because it spreads. So it's really, once someone gets it in the world, it spreads fast and you can easily get it. So but yeah, it's not really required, but it literally doubles the time, like literally doubles the time, 2 times as fast. So it's really helpful. It saves a lot of time, and I don't think it's really worth training this way unless you have Pokerus. Obviously, if you hatched a brand new egg, it's not going to be infected automatically, but you're going to want to put it next to a Pokemon that does have it and battle with it at least once or twice while you're EV training it. Don't like battle random battles, but while you're EV training it, put it next to a Pokemon that already has it, and hopefully you'll get it in 1 or 2 battles. But yeah, that's it for requirements. The only other things you really need are the items, which hopefully you guys already know what they do, because that's pretty much the only use of these items. But if you see this guy has a power weight, and you're going to need all the power items, or at least the power items you want for your EV training. So let's go to my bag really quick and look at this. So if you're training special attack, you're going to want the power lens. If you're going to train defense, you're going to want the power belt. Pyro has the one that increases HP. And basically how it works, if you don't already know, is if you battle a Pokemon and they give you an EV in, let's say, HP, for example, if they give you 1 HP EV, not IV, I keep saying IV, I don't know why. If they give you 1 HP EV, the power item will give it +4. So it'll be 1 + 4, which equals 5. So if the Pokemon gives you 3 HP IVs, that's 7 EVs. Okay, if I ever say IV throughout this video, I mean EVs. I don't know why I keep saying IV, but yeah, so you can get a maximum of 7 EVs. Now basically, if it has Pokerus, it'll get double that, which, as you can assume, is a lot of EVs. So I'm not going to go into locations really fast because I'm not really going to do that. I'll kind of explain later. But for a really quick example, we're going to go to a training area for HP EVs. So Route 5 has a frequent encounter of Gulpin. So basically, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to stay in the grass. You're going to want a Sweet Scent, and hope you get lucky, obviously. And that shiny Pokemon will guide me to victory, hopefully. And we get Gulpin. So, like I said, Gulpin's frequent here, so has the highest chance of appearing. And then all I have to do, click attack, click heat wave, and click them, and let the destruction begin. And almost every single time, like I don't know what's up with this avoiding stuff in this gen, but like almost every single time 1 or 2 live. I've even had 3 live and then had someone avoid my attack 2 times in a row. However, obviously this is way faster than attacking them each individually, and your Pokemon will slowly level up as you do this and get EVs. So let's Flare Blitz this guy because he wants to be a dick and just sit there and live somehow. And with that, if your Pokemon had Pokerus, that's 1 plus 4, that's 5 EVs per Pokemon, but that's double because he has Pokerus, and that was 5 in a row. So he just gained 50 HP EVs, which as you can assume is a huge gain. So that's going to speed up your EV training a shitload. Now, what you want to keep in mind is you really can only, unless you have multiple power items, you can really only train one Pokemon at a time. Having a Pokemon in your team without a power item is kind of a waste of time. It doesn't really train. I've actually forgotten to give my Pokemon the item a lot, and wasted countless minutes training them and getting like almost no EVs. That plus 4 is a huge help, and Pokerus is kind of a must. I would really recommend trying to get Pokerus. But as far as locations go, I'm gonna have a link in my description showing where every single horde encounter and how many EVs they give. I think it actually lists for Gulpin it says 5 HP because there's 5 of them and each one gives 1. But I'd highly recommend only going to places where they're frequent. So Route 5, for example, it has frequent Gulpin, which give 5 HP. It has an average Scraggy, which gives 5 attack, and it has a rare Mine and Plusle, which give 5 speed. So for example, I would not go to Route 5 to train attack, even though it's average. It's not frequent, meaning most of the time I'm going to get Gulpin. So unless you're training HP and attack, I guess it could be useful. But you're probably going to be holding the HP item, and you wouldn't get that much attack anyways, and you'd probably just be wasting time. So let's say if you wanted to go to special defense, I would find something that has frequent encounters with special defense. I would not find anything average or rare or super rare or any of that. So that's just my advice. And also this is probably not the best place to train HP. It's just they're so low level. It's just the first thing I go to. But if you can find something that gives like 10 HP or 15 HP per battle, then I would definitely go there instead. This is not at all like the best place to go, but where you go and how strong your Pokemon are and like how it works out is kind of your own style. And there are like 6 stats you have to train. So I don't want to show you all 6 places that I go to because it's kind of preference, but especially if they like absorb your water attack and you're using Surf or something, I don't know. But as far as that, I think that's it for my video. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, and also, since you can get, usually you have to put 6 EVs in the last spot. I actually do use super training for that. So when I'm completely done training like HP and attack per se, I'll go into super training. I'll click my Pokemon and click this, and then I'll go to level 2, and let's say I trained HP and attack, and now I want to learn I want to put my last 4 points in defense. So I do this defense thing, and it would gain 8. And to make sure you check to see if your Pokemon, I usually save, and then because usually it's an estimate. I don't know if I'm fully done yet, but I'll save. I'll do this, and then it gives you plus 8. But if it says plus 6, that means you're completely done. You only had 6 EVs slots left, and your Pokemon's completely done. If it says 8, you messed up, and you actually just wasted 2 points, and that's why I saved, so you can restart, and then go back to your main 2 stats that you were training, and then go back and try it again. So that's my guide. That's how I do my entire EV training on all my teams, and I hope this helped. You do definitely need all the items and stuff I mentioned. Don't try to do it without it. It's a waste of time otherwise. But yeah, I hope you liked this video. Sorry I'm taking so long, but see you guys later.